Well, Steven, I imagine you guys aren't too into moral victories, but after the way the last 2 weeks have gone, not only for the team but for yourself, was there some good feelings out there tonight with how you guys played and how you played?
Like good feelings, like at the end of the game?
No, not at the end of the game. I mean, just did you feel better after this one, the way you guys actually bounced back? And
I mean, yeah, I'm not real big into moral victories. You're kind of right there, but I think we did some positive things, some things that we can definitely build on in the future. But I mean, just got to do a little bit more and get it done. That's just plain and simple. That's what it is. Just got to do a little bit more and get it done.
Steven, you kind of walked me through the play where you got knocked down. What happened there, and what was kind of the process to get back in the game?
I don't really remember the play too much. I went, kind of rolled, and then I remember kind of just being tackled going down, and then I just kind of remember people standing around me. But I went to go get checked out in the training room, and I passed the concussion protocol test or whatever. And so they're just like, all right, you're good. If it gets worse, let us know, and we'll check you again. But I was just like, I gotta get back out there. This is crunch time right here. Can't be sitting in the training room. So just had to go finish the game.
KJ, you made some big plays early in this game to help this team get to a pretty big lead. You talk about that first half for yourself, making some plays, but also defensively, maybe one of the better performances you guys have had throughout this season.
Yeah, definitely. I think in the first half, we executed really well. We had a lot of 3-and-outs, a turnover, just a lot of big plays all around. Our D-line and linebackers were putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, allowing the secondary to execute our jobs and make it easier for us. I mean, in the first half, I think we executed really well.
KJ, can you walk us through that interception that you had? Did you see the ball come out of his hands? Did you read the quarterback's eyes? What happened on that play?
They had rushed the quarterback, our D-line and linebackers. They rushed the quarterback and put a lot of pressure on him. I seen the receiver break on the outcut, so that I was able to break and undercut it.
Steven, just your thoughts as offensively, it was a good game for 3 quarters, and then they score that go-ahead touchdown. With 2 minutes left, what were your thoughts offensively with what you guys could get done there?
Just come back and just stick to our reads. I mean, it doesn't matter what time of the game they score. I mean, we just got to stick to what the read tells us and what their defense is telling us, and just take what they give us. And we try to take it, but we just came up just a little bit short. And that's what they talk about. Football is a game of inches, and I mean, we just needed a few more inches. That's really what it was.
Steven, 13 penalties, a lot on the offense. How hard is it to get in a rhythm offensively when that's taking place?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Penalties definitely kill your momentum on a drive for sure, but I mean, I definitely think that we have the potential to clean those up and be a very good offense, very prolific, and I think that'll help us as a team all together, because you take those penalties away, then we're scoring more points, we're having better drives, we're switching field position up, so I think those penalties are huge. We just got to clean them up. Just got to be a little bit more focused. Just a little bit more focused.
Alex, run game again. You guys, another big game there. Took another step. A lot of guys getting in the run game, including the quarterbacks. How big of a deal was that for you guys in keeping them kind of off balance defensively for most of this game?
I mean, it's good to just not be one-dimensional, so getting around everybody is always a good thing. And as you saw, just make big plays. Everybody's spreading out the ball and stuff like that, so that's what we're going for.
KJ, we've seen you gone from not playing a single snap in the first 3 games to now seeing your production increase a lot, almost playing every defensive snap. What has that been like for you to just get that production increase throughout these last few games?
Coach Tuck always says next man up. In practice, we're always grinding and getting after it. We're always going against KD, Vista, Tony Brown. All the receivers that we got have been preparing us well. So when we do get the chance, we're prepared. We're prepared and we're ready to get in there. And then just being able to have some experience has been building confidence. And I got some great players around me on defense, which helps me a lot.
Steven, Laviska got involved probably more so than any time this year. What did you guys see in this game that allowed him to be such a big factor in this one?
They're playing a lot of man coverage on him, and anybody that knows anything about LaVisca, man coverage is not for LaVisca because he'll tear you apart. They were playing a lot of man on Visca. We were kind of abusing it, and then they ended up switching and going to cover 2, a lot more cloud. So they're clouding Visca side, and they were really just clouding both sides. And yeah, that's kind of how they got us, tricked us up a little bit, because we had to kind of figure out what they were doing exactly and how we were gonna combat it, kind of. So, yeah.
With LaVisca going, the run game going, obviously offensively it was pretty good for a little while there. But
yeah, it was
after
really
you guys
good.
got up to 31, the last 4 or 5 drives, not much going. Did something change there? Did they play you guys differently? Was it just?
I think it was a little bit more of that cover 2 stuff. They kind of started. They were bringing a ton of pressure and playing man, and that's when we were kind of shredding them a little bit. But they kind of dropped into some zone stuff and kind of just made us be patient and take what is given, just take the check down stuff. And we were doing those things, but we just weren't picking up a whole lot of yardage on it. And they kind of just kept everything in front of them and then tackled, and they just got us in 4th down situations. Just didn't get enough to pick up first downs.
So you being the quarterback have been a focal point a lot the last couple weeks. I don't know how much you've paid attention to it, but people criticize you quite a bit for the way you played the last 2 games. So
Yeah.
did you hear any of that, and how much did that motivate you personally this week?
Yeah, I mean, you always hear it, but I mean, it comes with the position. If you don't want to be criticized, then don't play quarterback. It's that simple. So we'll take those criticisms. I mean, get better from them, ignore them, whatever you want to do with them. But just got to come out and just play clean football, kind of like we did today.
Steven, maybe just specifically looking at those false start penalties, which have kind of been a recurring theme this year. I mean, when you're there, when you're under center, when you're in the pistol, whatever it may be, is it maybe a crowd noise situation? Just what's kind of going on?
No, it's the defense. It's the defense. Kind of they do like these little stem calls where they're in a certain front, and one of the linebackers will say move like real loud and just drastic, and everybody will shift. So I mean, if you've ever played O-line before, you're sitting up there and you're about to run full force into a dude. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard holding your water, especially when people are yelling move or whatever and shift and all that stuff. So it gets tough. But I think we definitely just need to just lock down, focus in, hold our water a little bit better, and I think we'll be in good shape.
Steven, you said that you have to take the criticism, good or bad. I mean, after almost a completely clean performance from you today, do you worry that you're going to hear some of the criticism on that final play of the game?
I'm sure the criticism will come from any drive of the game. I miss a throw, I'm going to get some criticism for it, which, I mean, I was fully prepared for when I signed up to play this position.
What were your thoughts on that final play? Did you see anything else developing?
I mean, I kind of just saw Alex out leverage everybody, and I knew it was 4th and 5, so it was kind of right on the median of being 4th and short or 4th and medium kind of, and I thought that Alex could go get it is just what I was thinking. I saw him out leverage everybody. I gave it to him. He made one guy miss, and then to be honest, when I saw him go down to the ground, I thought he got it. So.
Just for any of you guys, again, I know moral victories are not the goal here, but after the last 2 weeks, is this the type of performance that can get you guys back on track mentally to where you say, we can win games down the stretch now?
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we always had that mindset that we can win any game with anybody, whoever we line up against. So it's not really a mental thing. It's just an execution thing.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That was just on point right there.